Oh my God, it is episode 6. We have doubled the 3-episode rule. Can you believe this?
2 whole 3 episode rules.
2 whole 3-episode rules.
3 is the magic number.
We got something between us all of a sudden.
What's up, brother? I would never be a wedge in between you guys.
Oh, hush yourself. We actually did it. We got GrizzLee to join us this week.
Hello.
So,
exciting stuff.
GrizzLee, let's give us a brief introduction. Tell us like 10 seconds. We'll go into preamble. We'll talk about you more later.
For sure. I'm GrizzLee. I play games with these folks. We've been friends for a long time. As once interviewed before in a situation with Plague, I'm co-worker.
No. I think you need to give some.
Yeah, throw me under the bus.
insight
I gotta
on-
hear this.
on
I love this story.
What was this interview?
It was the pastor at Plague's wedding. I was one of his groomsmen, and he asked me how I knew him, and I said, "Co-worker under pressure." So, and then for Jesse's wedding, I was in the wrong color suit and almost fell off the stage. So,
in hindsight, having you at the end of the stage, maybe not the best idea you've ever had.
Yeah, wasn't great, but known these guys a while, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we like GrizzLee a lot. We enough to where we both had him in our wedding. What a sweetheart. Ooh, you want to move a bit to the window?
To the wall.
To the sweat drops down his. Hey, that's perfect. Yeah. So not only do we have a new host to the stream, who's looking gorgeous, by the way, looking fantastic. A lot of stuff has happened in both mine and GrizzLee's life. Last podcast, I was talking a little bit about how I was starting my new job this week. He also started a new job this week. Since you're new, I'll let you go ahead and take the reins on this one. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
I'm the trash man. I go around and I collect all the trash.
Throw it all over the ring.
And and eat it sometimes, just whatever I'm feeling.
Now,
how's that going? How are you liking that?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's definitely new.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a fuck ton of walking.
Yeah.
Walked about just shy of 20 miles in 2 days.
Couldn't be me.
Body moving.
It's definitely a good change of pace. It's something that I needed. So
yeah, no, the benefits of this job that he went to are so much better than the place that we were that it almost had me as well, but I got offered something else. There's like a $7,500 stay on bonus, as much overtime as you could possibly want, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm averaging almost 11 hours a day now, and it's just my first week.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
That's good money. That's good money.
Yesterday it was a hectic 11 hours because we had about 300 stops, but today it was cut down to like 200, so we kind of got to chill.
Hey, there you go. At least you kind of get to see how it is when it's busy and when it's not as busy.
Oh yeah.
So it's good when it's what the two opposite sides of the spectrum are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the guys that was kind of training me said once we get full up on positions, there will be times I'll be going home at 10 a.m.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The routes like towards the end of the week get that small that sometimes there isn't even opportunity to like help guys out on other routes just because everyone's got it handled. And there was one dude who was talking about he did a 300 stop day and he was done by 9 a.m.
Oh my god.
And you're doing mostly residential. You won't be doing the commercial stuff.
Yeah, not yet, unless I want to move up. But
Yeah, we have
I'm gonna.
another mutual buddy who we play D&D with that we also used to work with at that old job. That he's commercial, right?
Yeah, he's the one who roped me into it. So they actually did a fun like safety drawing today, and they had a bunch of prizes sitting out.
I
The
love
one I
when
was
jobs
most
do that.
Yeah, the one I was interested in, I didn't get to enter because it's my first week, but it was a giant instant pot air fryer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like an 11-in-1, the box was saying. They also had like tool sets. They had a Switch this time. Our other buddy, he ended up winning a PS5, his first one he was eligible for. So there's definitely more benefits than just the money.
Yeah.
So
It's good when a job cares about the people that work there.
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It treats you
100%.
like people.
We're
Yeah,
not
they're like,
used to that.
no. They're like, if it rains too hard, you can have the day off. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to get more like in my zone there.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the boys are on the ups.
Boys are on
Mhm,
the ups.
mhm.
I also started my new job this week. I talked a
Yeah.
little bit about it last podcast, which still isn't out at the time of recording this. It's been wild.
How's that going?
So the drive's a little the drive's a lot. I was really feeling it on Tuesday because it's an hour down to where I need to go and then an hour back. And it's already like a 9.5 hour work day. So I'm gone for 12, 13 hours. That was rough at first. Now I'm completely fine with it. It's a good disconnect between like work and home.
Yeah.
But I am basically going to be a drone pilot for farmers, which is
Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah.
What a job.
So he's working at the same Plague's working at the same company I am, and I've actually seen his drones. I don't know if they've taken you guys to see the drones yet.
Yep. We got to go see them Tuesday.
Was that in that town that has the little? It's just like a shed.
Yeah, it's just the big shed.
It has all the blue logos for some reason.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what the color scheme of our company is, but
Red.
there's a lot of other colors.
It's red.
Jesse, the way you said that made it seem like they were an animal exhibit. Did they take you to see the drones yet?
It kind of is. You open a door, there's just one on the floor, and there's a bunch over there.
So it's funny you say that because I felt like an animal in an exhibit that day, because we were going to every single town we possibly could within the span of 4 hours, just meeting people, learning names, learning faces.
Weird.
So much.
Weird. You didn't stop at Hightown.
Well, yeah, because we did orientation there.
Crazy.
Crazy. But yeah,
Didn't
a little
even
bit about
stop by where I'm at.
crazy. A little bit about the job. So yeah, like I said, I'll basically be piloting a drone, but that's not the extent of it. There's actually a lot that goes into it. I'll be driving a truck and trailer, and the trailer is basically going to have a balcony, the water, the chemicals, everything that I need. And I'll be
A
standing
battle
on top
station.
of the trailer. Yeah, it's basically a giant battle station that I will
Fuck yeah.
stand on top of, and basically apply fungicide, pesticide, anything you can think of that will help crops stay healthy. I also get an office. We are condemned to the basement.
You are
But-
condemned to the basement.
It's a cozy little basement though. Like we got a break room, we got a kitchen. It's actually nice.
They even let us use the bathroom.
Every once in a while they
Here,
give us
okay.
scraps.
However, the bathroom in that basement, that is like the spooky dooky bathroom.
There is a spooky dooky toilet. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's two toilets in the basement, and one of them
I don't even
I
know what
won't
the
go
second
in.
one is.
There's like 5 bathrooms in this building. It's so weird. But yeah, no, I've basically spent this week sitting in front of some testing sites and like practice exam sites because I have to get my CDL, I have to get like certification to apply chemicals, certification to fly the drone. I have to go through a medical exam. Yeah, just so much. And so this week my boss was basically like, you guys are going to sit here and study until you feel comfortable enough to take the tests. And I was like, okay. So that's how my week
Oh,
has
yeah.
been. My brain is fucking fried.
I gotta hang out with you guys on most of the day Tuesday.
Yeah, you did.
I I should have just left that ceiling tile open and been like, I'll come back eventually.
Yeah, no, I was able to give Jesty a lot of shit. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
But no, I'm
Just
liking the job
pause.
a lot. Liking the job a lot. It's really interesting.
Jesse, you just gotta cause problems so then you can go back and hang out with Plague.
I am in Plague's location like once a week minimum.
So
Yeah,
he has to
then you
stop
have
and
to
talk.
create more problems.
Yeah, there's always something going on there.
So I'm going to address. I gotta address it. You look like you've been punched in the face. What's going on?
Okay, so when you have children and they go to daycare, the little plague rats
No,
all congregate together.
don't throw my name on them.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. I was there at daycare.
All the little gremlins get together and there's all the germs. Well, my son got pink eye, so I have pink eye. And I have to put these drops in and they burn so bad.
The burn means it's working though.
That's what they say.
You want to disagree, but that is
Yeah.
what they say.
I know that's how it works, but yeah, so I'm dealing with that. Got drops for it. You know, couldn't have come at a better time. You
Yeah, of course.
know, a week before Adepticon, which leads me up to our next topic, which is Adepticon. We're recording this the next week after we recorded the last episode instead of every other week, because next week I will be in Chicago for Adepticon. Well, Schaumburg, which is a suburb of Chicago.
It's basically Chicago.
It's all Chicago.
It's all a part of the same deep dish.
It's all the same piece of the pie.
Jesus Christ. My heritage. Ow. But yeah, are you excited for Adepticon?
Yeah, the Games Workshop, which is obviously a big driver in my hobby, they have a big reveal Wednesday night, which is technically like the start of Adepticon.
Ooh.
Pretty sure we're gonna get Age of Sigmar, 4th edition. There's gonna be a lot of new Skaven, which is the army that Plague is gonna end up with after Adepticon, because they just don't interest me as a long-term army. I think we're gonna get like the Kislev Blood Bowl team, which is like circus performers, and they have like a bear as like their big guy.
Oh.
That's me.
For those of you that don't know, GrizzLee is like 7'9".
I'm the big one.
He's at least 10 feet tall.
Some records say he is the big one.
I actually don't get a trash truck at work. I just pull a sled that carries it all.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable. But at Adepticon, there's tons of vendors and stuff. And I'm really excited to try out some games, pick up some games. Mantic is going to be demoing their Halo game, which is really exciting.
Ooh.
To have like a production Halo game again. There was one a few years back, and I don't remember what it was called or who made it, but it's now the community runs it, and they produce models that people are 3D printing and stuff. I'm gonna try grabbing some pictures and stuff while I'm there because the community is very passionate about it.
Heck yeah.
it's very cool to walk through other games and see the people playing them. But Mantic's gonna have their Halo demo. I'm not gonna have time to try it out, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're gonna be in
Um,
like so many Age of Sigmar
I'm in 2 Age of Sigmar tournaments, and they are both 2-day tournaments. So
Hey,
I
there's
will play.
Adepticon.
Yep, I will play. Unfortunately, my main army for singles, plays so fast that I have like 45 minutes between rounds.
There you go.
So I have time to walk around. I have time to see what I need to. My wallet's grateful that I don't have a lot of time to walk around.
Ooh,
Um, but I'm probably gonna pick up a game called Demon Ship, which is it's a game that's self-contained in an 8x8 grid.
okay.
And it's just like escaping the ship. Um,
Hmm.
It's a really cool concept. If it's cheap enough, I don't know what their price point on it is, but if it's cheap enough, I might get a couple copies of it because there's rules for combining to make like bigger rooms.
Ooh,
Bigger ship.
I
Yeah.
like that.
And it might be a fun thing to play before like D&D because it plays pretty quick.
Okay.
Speaking of before D&D, my boss at my job let me borrow a couple expansions for Dice Throne, so we might try that before D&D this week.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Might be a
From
good
what you were
time.
telling me, it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game that our group is either gonna love or they're gonna be like, fine.
You want to give us a quick rundown for those that don't know?
Well, I believe I talked about it last pod, but essentially you have a card and it has all your stats, and each character has 5 dice and they have symbols, and then on your card there's abilities that line up with the dice. And then you also have a deck of cards that you can use to upgrade your abilities. You can use them to change an opponent's dice, etc. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. We've been playing it as like a team building time at work. We've been having a lot of fun with it. But
Heck yeah.
he's letting me borrow an expansion before I go and buy just all the expansions.
Okay.
Because if we really like it, I'll go buy all the expansions, and that gives us like access to like 16 characters or something.
Nice.
Never a boring time there, huh?
Nope.
Man, you guys got a lot of time, huh?
Nope, we sure don't. We carve out an hour every 2 months.
Oh, never mind. I thought this was like a daily thing. Just, yeah, team building.
No. It's like an hour every 2 months.
Jeez.
I give you shit, but I will say, so for those that don't know, Jesty and me, like he was saying, we work at the same company, and he is a part of the tech side of things there, and he put together a couple of gaming rigs for the drone team, so
no,
we
what if
can
you
have a very nice, very expensive drone simulator. To which it has already within 1 week devolved into, I don't want to fucking study. Let me just go sit in front of the drone simulator for an hour.
Good, that's what it's for.
That is what it's for. But our boss is already like, I know what you guys are doing. I get it. Fucking study. But yeah, no. So we got at this point in time have a bit of time to burn. So I was just
Yeah.
giving you
It's-
shit.
Ooh.
Those drone PCs are real cool. I really like the case that they're in. They're only like this long maybe, and like this tall.
Yeah, they're compact. What were you gonna say, Grizzly?
I'm told that was average. Also, since Plague, since you passed some tests, do you get more screen time on the drone simulator?
I do. So I will say this. I went into this whole job and field scared out of my goddamn mind. This is a lot of testing, and they're not easy tests. Like trying to get your CDL is not something a lot of people can do. However, I was one of the 2 people out of the 7 because our boss is also applying for it. Who got more than one passed. So
Hell yeah.
I basically, the rest of this week and early next week will be, okay, I studied for 2 hours. I'm going to do 2 hours of drone simulator. and get paid money. Let's fuck.
There
This is
you
great.
go.
It's great. It's really good.
I had to have a talk with the drone team where I was like, "Hey, don't make me do my job, please."
So
Look, I know that it's gonna be tempting to go. Well, we could just put Steam on this.
we could just download Minecraft.
We
Please
could play Helldivers at work.
Ooh.
don't make me do my job. But another game I'm picking up at Adepticon to bring us back full circle is a game called Don't Look Back.
You're
which
picking it up? Let's fucking go.
I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to at least pick up the base game. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the pod, but for those of you that are tuning in now, haven't watched previous episodes, what are you doing? But also, we,
Trash.
it's a
Hey, he can legally say that.
it's an asymmetrical game where there's artificial intelligence to control a monster, a killer, etc. And you get to play as like a survivor group. Like you can play as Mystery Incorporated. You can play as the Golden Girls. You can play as the Winchesters. And it seems like a lot of fun. All the expansions come in like an old VCR slipcase, which is really cool packaging for that style game.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
obsessed with
that.
that packaging.
If it looks, if it looks good and plays good, I might just pick it up and pick up a bunch of the expansions.
I love that tabletop gaming just always has like, hey, if you want to get into this game, awesome. Oh, you're into the game? Here, spend $400 so that way you have everything the game has.
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever heard of a game called Kingdom Death Monster.
No, I haven't.
Oh, the base game is like $400.
Oh, cool. No.
Yikes.
It is apparently one of the best tabletop games, period.
Well, it fucking better be for $400.
And I've seen like the models and stuff for it, and the models are amazing.
Hmm.
But I'm like, $400 though.
Like, what do you all get? Does it lick my toes?
Easy, buddy.
Yeah, take it easy. Take it down.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Unbelievable.
I'll reel myself in.
But they don't go to cons or anything. They're very much like a boutique miniatures company.
Oh,
Mm.
for those of class.
Yeah. It was fancy,
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll probably pick up Don't Look Back, at least the starter. I'm not sure what else. It's a mystery of what else will be there. I probably won't be able to buy the Halo game from Mantic, because it's just their demo.
Right. But hey, you'll be able to get a lot of user feedback to see if it's worth picking up.
Yeah, because I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite franchises, and I wanted to get into the tabletop game, but by the time I was into tabletop games, it was already dead. So it's tough. But that's most of what I'm looking forward to Adepticon. 10 games of Age of Sigmar. Gonna eat some decent food.
Ah, decent. My favorite level.
I'm gonna be honest. Deep dish pizza, kind of mid. I don't.
He said it here.
It's doing too much.
It's. I want to. You know what I want to do with pizza? This. I'm gonna go. No pizza.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do that with deep dish. Gotta like get a fork involved, and I don't want to. I don't want that.
As an Italian, I feel like pizza without cheese just doesn't make sense. So why would you buy deep dish? Where
There's cheese on deep dish. It's under the sauce.
Oh my god.
I'm not seeing.
It's under the sauce.
I knew what he was doing.
And I played right into it.
You played right into my trap.
I played right into his dumb little Italian hands.
My hands are adequately sized. Yes.
Just like my work van, adequately sized.
I got
My
to see your
van's
work
not
van.
small.
That is a tiny van. That is a.
You'll find it's perfectly average.
She said it's perfect.
She's, your mom likes it.
In other news, today, Helldivers released the new War Bond, the new premium War Bond.
Man, we have talked about Helldivers 3 podcasts in a row.
Because it's so good. It's
Yeah.
just a Helldivers podcast. That's all it is.
This is just a Helldivers stand podcast.
It's the best.
It's so fun. We're having just an absolute blast with it. Obviously, with the boys getting new jobs, you know, we're kind of adjusting to that, so we haven't been able to play together as much. But
I wish.
Yeah, this Warbond is called Cutting Edge.
Ooh,
It's all like arc and laser weapons.
hell yeah.
There's a new pistol, which is a
Helldivers.
laser weapon.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a new pistol that's a laser weapon, an assault rifle, and 2 shotguns.
Okay.
3 sets of armor that all do the same thing. Where you're 95, you ignore 95% of arc damage.
Oh, so it's
Which-
very specific.
Yes. Last night, was it last night we played together, Plague, or 2
Yeah,
nights
it
ago?
was last night.
Where we played again with this random, and that dude killed Plague 6 times.
With the arc thrower, yeah.
Just because the arc thrower.
Mhm.
I could have used that armor yesterday. Come on, Helldivers. What the hell?
Yeah.
Divers.
Unbelievable.
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Well, they Joel pulled your game footage and said we need to make armor for him.
Yeah, specifically for me. He did it. He was in that game and he was like, "Oh man, this guy fucking he needs some help."
He just dropped in as one of the chargers in that game because there were so many for some reason. And
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
yeah.
he was like, "Oh, got him again."
If we get a new war bond like every month, I think Helldivers is going to stay prominent for years.
I think Helldivers is going to stay prominent. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Probably till Helldivers 3.
On the new PlayStation Vita.
To me, this is what a live service game should be.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've preached it every time we talk about Helldivers. This is how it should be. You know, it doesn't expire. Your premium war bonds once you buy them.
Yep.
Why does a battle pass ever expire?
That's
After-
Honestly,
if you spend money on it, because you have to spend money to get most battle passes.
Yeah. Also,
why do you
don't
lose
need
that?
to for the Helldivers one?
Nope, you don't have to.
Because you can earn the super credits through the free war bond
hmm
and just doing missions to pay for the premium ones.
GrizzLee, you have played a lot of games that have like battle pass systems in them that
Yeah.
have like stuff like that. How do you feel about Helldivers as a whole, and how do you feel like they're doing?
I love it. Honestly, I was telling these guys like maybe a month ago I needed just like a run and gun shooter game,
Yeah,
and I didn't want to buy Call of Duty, but I almost caved. And then Helldivers 2 came out, and it is everything I wanted.
yeah,
It is just a fun, just yeah, like run and gun, kill shit, have fun, and to the battle pass aspect, like I play a lot of like Madden, and their like Ultimate Team has a battle pass system, and it's that one like it lasts through the season, but you really have to grind to like unlock things.
mm-hmm.
Or like for like Fortnite, it's you can just pay your way through it and you don't even have to
Yeah.
play really.
Mm-hmm.
But this one I like, yeah, and then it's gone at the end of the season and you just start over. With this one, I like how it stays, kind of like how you guys were saying, and it's interesting too. It's not just cosmetics, it's not just like this and that, and yeah, I like the game a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely drawn me away from those other games, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, the state that we left specifically Fortnite in,
Oh,
we needed something else.
it's really funny that you bring that up because like we left Fortnite because the game got to a point where it's like my loadout is auto shotgun sniper rifle.
Mhm.
That's it. There's no other reason to run any other guns than that. And then we came to Helldivers, and it's just auto shotgun.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Yeah.
this is the best day
Yeah.
ever.
But unlike Fortnite, they actually went in and were like, "Huh, auto shotguns are really strong. Let's tone them down a bit."
Yeah,
It's
but
still
that's
really strong. It's
that. Oh, that's the problem though, is that you're not going against other players in Helldivers, so keep the auto shotgun strong.
Make everything else strong as well.
They should have switched it. Like Fortnite should have nerfed the auto shotgun,
Yeah.
and Helldivers should have just left it alone. But-
The breaker's really good.
But the game got
Breaker-
too easy for guys, so then they're like, no, let's nerf your favorite weapon.
And now people are complaining it's too hard.
Like it
and-
should be.
And the owner of the company is like, you telling me that the Helldive difficulty is too hard? Maybe you should get good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's so good.
Skill issue.
Literally skill issue.
And there's people that are just like, but I'm good at games.
I'm
But
the
my
video
mom
game
says I'm
boy.
special.
Look, we play occasionally on extreme. I don't know how much harder we can get than that.
How many
I've
more
never-
can they spawn?
I've
Oh.
never been to war, but that's what it feels like.
We joked. One of GrizzLee's buddies was in active service, and we were like, "Oh, we should definitely get him it." No, we shouldn't.
He was honorably discharged for PTSD and some heart issues, but if he played that game, it would hit hard.
Yeah.
The flashbacks. We're like,
Maybe
Maybe
we
we
shouldn't. No.
I want to go back to GrizzLee talking about making the mention of we're not playing against other players, we're playing against AI. Do you think that the game is lacking in a sense because there is no PvP aspect?
no, I like just the constant spawn of enemies, like, and it is constant, but also if you just do the objective,
Yeah.
you don't have to fight as many enemies at once.
Yeah.
Or if you do what I do and let you guys fight off the hordes and I run off and do the side objectives.
Hey, it works.
Grizzly will be 600 meters away from us.
Yeah.
Just
But then the hordes are manageable.
Yeah, no, they're
And-
manageable.
Plague and I are dying. There's like 3 Bile Titans or 2 tanks if we're fighting bots.
Fighting for our life out there, and GrizzLee's over there just, I messed up the code. I gotta just retry
try
until I get
again."
it.
No,
You're like, I never mess up codes.
no, I do all the time, and especially when I'm with randoms, and then it gives me so much stress because I'm like, I'm ruining the game for them. Because they're the ones fighting off the enemies while I'm just boop boop. Fuck.
Fuck! God damn it! Fingers work!
Yeah, there was one time I messed up the first arrow 3 times in a row, and I just hopped off of the terminal, and I'm like, please, someone else do it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you hopped off the game. You just
I just-
closed the game.
Shut it down. Yeah. No.
That's so funny.
So we know
I'm not-
that you're a big fan of Helldivers. Tell us. We can come back around to the beginning. Give us your spiel. Tell us a little bit about yourself. A lot about yourself this time.
A lot about myself.
Yeah, like
There's not much. You know, married, have some pets. Got
ooh,
3 pets specifically. Got 2 little cats and a terror of a dog.
True.
She is wonderful, but
I know
That's
that
the
feeling. I
best.
know exactly the feeling you're talking about.
That's the best I can explain it.
At least she doesn't stand in doorways like a cryptid like my dog does sometimes.
True, very true. Um, really big into football. Played played for a little bit there. Obviously all throughout school, and then played some semi-professional. Um, the Los Angeles Chargers dictate my life at this
It's
point.
true.
I think today alone I checked Twitter, or X if you're a nerd, um, about 50 times to see if we signed anyone new, and we signed a 30-year-old tight end who has the beginning stages of Alzheimer's, I'm pretty sure.
I thought you were gonna
Uh,
say all autism, and I thought I was just me. I thought I signed up for the Chargers.
yeah, congratulations.
Oh, let's
Wait a minute.
go!
No, if you got a contract from the Chargers before me, I don't know what would happen.
I would question their sanity because
Yeah,
I'm the last person they should come to.
I mean, if their old coach was still in charge, you'd probably have a better shot than me because that dude don't know Paul.
That guy was something else.
Mhm.
What's what are you watching? What's your animes of choice?
Right now, I'm actually getting my wife caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen to the point where I'm at. I want to say about halfway through season 2. I know it's been out for a while.
Hey, you work a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, we're getting her caught up. That's definitely up there for me. I'm not an avid anime fan. I just kind of watch here and there.
We're getting him into it. We're getting him.
Yeah. Um, Demon Slayer was really one that I hooked onto, so much so I named my dog Nezuko. And it was kind of it felt self-fulfilling to name her after a demon, and then she became a demon.
It's like you knew
So,
all along.
right, right. It really feels like it was my fault because I named her. Uh, I'm trying to think. I really loved One Punch Man just because it's goofy as hell.
You need that. Sometimes you need just a goofy anime that you can just watch and have a good time with.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you should give Matt. You have a Crunchyroll subscription. You and your wife do.
Yeah.
I would recommend Mashal. I don't. It's not my cup of tea, but I think you would really enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a very similar vibe to One Punch Man, where the main character is just stupid strong.
Oh yeah, it looks like. Doesn't it look like Saitama too? Like the
He
main,
looks like Saitama
just
with
in a
hair.
wig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing, but I feel like it's one that you could enjoy.
Okay. I have seen clips of it on TikTok, and I'm like, for a minute there, I honestly thought they'd released more One Punch Man, just with a bunch of characters I hadn't met yet, and I'm like, how far behind am I actually?
Yeah.
And then realized it was a completely different show.
I have that exact same situation happen to me with My Hero Academia. I've watched all of My Hero Academia. I don't remember most of it because there's so much, and it's that I'll like see a TikTok and it'll be a scene that's pretty prominent, and I'm like, wait, that's out? Holy shit! It was out like 4 years ago, and I watched
Yeah.
it 4 years ago. So yeah, you were telling us. Shoot, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Unbelievable. It's my fault, really.
No, it's all good. No worries. Is he okay?
Yeah. We had to take a little break there because my son was very upset upstairs. He's good. He's all right.
Heck yeah.
Mom just had to put him down to let the dogs, and he was not thrilled about it.
If I remember correctly, we were talking about recommending Mashal.
Yes, and you were talking about My Hero Academia, how something came out 4 years ago, and you watched it even.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, that's already out. Oh my god. Like, it happens to me way too often with that series. Yeah, no, I've got a big list of recommendations for anime. It's just dealing with time is a
Yeah.
real hard part for a lot of us. I
Yeah,
don't
I
want.
I also feel like I'm a little stubborn when it comes to watching anime because I'm a big sitcom guy, and then you guys are like, "Oh, you'd love this one." And I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
That's not
Maybe.
how I met your mother.
Hey, I have not actually watched that in so long
This
because of
year.
Modern Family.
That's a good one.
I'm big into Modern Family now, and New Girl is also one of the top ones for me.
I'm so on the topic of sitcoms, I'm a big Seinfeld guy.
Uh,
You are
are you only my
30,
friend
so
because of my last name?
No, I had that thought one time, and I was like, "Oh, he's the bad one."
one time every day, every hour.
Every hour.
Unbelievable.
Boom, da boom, 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 boom.
It's like a bing-a-doo-goo-doom, ba-ba-ba-bam-bam.
Just
Uh,
every time he sees you.
every single time I see him, I'm like, "Oh, hey."
Unbelievable.
No, I really like Seinfeld. I really like King of Queens. Everybody loves Raymond. Like all the stuff that would show up on
Yeah,
like
you are
TBS.
old.
Fuck off. They're good shows. All right. Listen, they're good.
God, I didn't realize you were turning 50 this year.
I'm turning 50. What about you, Jesty? What do you like, you young buck? Let me guess. Young
Sitcoms?
Sheldon.
No, I sure don't. I actually don't like The Big Bang Theory either.
Neither do
There's
I.
there's a long running inside joke about young Sheldon and
Bazinga.
and
You
there's-
brought it up.
I did.
you did bring this on yourself. There's a long running joke about young Sheldon, Big Bang Theory, revolving around plague, and
He's really smart, so he reminds me of Sheldon.
I'm really something.
Smart, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
um um. No, I lost my train of thought.
Sitcom.
Sitcoms. I like New Girl. New Girl's fine. But modern. I really like Modern Family. Gives me all the feels goods. I really like
Mhm.
Life in Pieces when that was still a thing.
I haven't heard of that
That was a
one.
good one.
I haven't heard of that one.
Me
It's pretty
either.
good. It's really funny. But it just kind of stopped. But I don't watch a ton of sitcoms though.
I feel like everyone has like their one or two for sure.
Yeah.
Or 5.
Or
watched-
five.
I've watched Parks and Rec. I've watched The Office. They're just not my thing.
I listen. I tend to have a hot take every single episode of the podcast.
Here we go.
I am so this is kind of a not unpopular opinion. I hear this all the time, but please stop saying you like The Office. Like everyone knows, and I'm sick of hearing it. Like, what do you like to watch? I'm a big fan of The Office. Oh my
Cards
god.
Against Humanity of sitcoms.
It is the Cards Against Humanity of sitcoms. Like I'm so sick of hearing like
Fuck,
okay,
that's good. That's really good.
I don't like awkward humor. I'm not a big fan of the something happened. I'm gonna stare directly at the camera for 5 seconds because that's awkward to me. I hate that. And that's all The Office is. That's all. Oh no, Kevin spilt his chili. Buh?
Just really shows that Plague doesn't listen to half the things he says. If he doesn't believe in awkward humor.
There's
Or
a
he doesn't-
difference between awkward humor and shock humor.
And bad humor. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Oh
what you said.
shit. Oh yeah, what I said. Yeah. Oops.
Unbelievable.
Listen.
What? Aside from watching sitcoms and playing Helldivers, what else are you doing for fun outside of those things?
Well, of course, D&D with you
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
So
Almost exclusively with you boys.
So those of you that don't know, GrizzLee is our resident barbarian main.
He is.
Um,
If we ever need a
Last
barbarian, we know who to come to. He did the thing. He did the office thing. I hate it.
Last episode, GrizzLee, we were talking about how you are our barbarian main, and how you play two. You've played two barbarians now. You played Walter Fitzroy and now Fontez.
Yep.
They're both barbarians, but they're both fundamentally different, and neither one was just I'm the dumb barbarian.
Yeah, neither of them were really run of the mill. I mean, the Walter was Minotaur and Australian
Yeah.
because heavily influenced by Apex.
Yeah.
When we played Apex.
Yep.
But no, I had a lot of fun playing that. I'm having a lot of fun playing Boulder though. It's a little different, but not too much, because still beefy, still hit hard.
Yeah.
But do some healing sometimes.
Yeah, but also some of the feel good.
But also fireball.
Yeah, Baldur is your cleric character, and
Yeah.
I also really like the way you play him.
Yeah.
I think we brought up your
I'm trying
little
my
shtick
best
with
that
him.
guy.
I think we brought up your little shtick with that guy. With Baldur, you said that guy, and now I said that guy. With Baldur, where you're like, "Hey, have a pamphlet.
Yeah.
I'm a man of God. Have a pamphlet.
Got to spread the word.
Spread the word
And
of
then-
Thor."
If they disrespect the pamphlet, they can see the true power
It's
of Thor.
I thought you were
really
gonna say
funny
"suck my
because-
nuts."
It's
Yep.
really funny because Baldur and Torv, who is my paladin, are they worship the same god. And Baldur's like, "Oh, thank you. You know, come visit the temple. Come see the many great things." And I'm just like, "More power, baby."
You're just ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun watching Baldur be this like super down to earth man of the cloth, then just go into full blown rage, fireballing like everything, summoning a thundercloud.
Thunder waving a harpy to death.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of pivoted from our first session because, and it kind of came along with the voice change for him, because he was more Midwest dad, kind of like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" to like a real like hockey bro. And he's just, "You want to get in a tussle? Let's do this." Like he's definitely and like I'm still kind of feeling it out. Like I did like doing the Midwest dad, but it was very hard to do that voice at a reasonable volume.
You have to get loud with it.
Yeah, and sometimes we have a late running session and I just don't feel like yelling about
Yeah.
my love for Thor in a Midwest accent.
It's really funny because, like I was saying, Torv and Baldur are the same, worship the same god, and they're very much frat bros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also adopted brothers.
Also adopted brothers.
One takes their religion a little bit more seriously than the other, but the other definitely likes the power the religion gives.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we like playing D&D. Hopefully we'll actually have a session this weekend.
Yeah, you guys want to go get food poisoning?
Oh my. So, okay, I'm going to go into that for a little bit. So, last weekend we were supposed to have my wife's campaign. But it was
which is the campaign with Torv and Baldur
Yep.
and Dea.
Yep, Dea, my gunslinger. So it was also the last day of our job, and we went out to go and celebrate. Me and GrizzLee did, and then we brought the wives and so the whole D&D party minus Jesty. And he lucked out. He got pink eye because of it, but he lucked out because, dear God, me and my wife have not been that sick ever.
It
Well,
was bad.
GrizzLee and
one of our
his
other members got sick too.
yeah, and one of our other members, our Helldivers AI master, got sick, and like so GrizzLee and his wife came by and gave us a care package on Saturday because we had to cancel D&D and like we were sick. And literally about 5 minutes before they actually showed up, I stood up, was walking, and then immediately had to run to our kitchen sink and just chunks. And I didn't have
Yeah.
time to clean it. And I was like, "Hey guys,
Sick.
thank you so much. Don't look in the sink."
It was real bad.
Yeah. But
It smelled like Borf in there.
it smelled like Borf in there. I am so sorry. Like again, I apologize profusely when they came over because it was just nonstop from both ends. And literally like we went to one of the best rated, fanciest, nicest restaurants in our town.
I don't know if it's fancy.
It's not
Like,
necessarily fancy, but it's fancy
Expensive
for
doesn't
where
equal
we are.
Fancy.
It's fancy
a
for
nice
where we are.
place though.
It's like Texas Roadhouse fancy.
Yeah, well, listen, I would wear a suit to Texas Roadhouse.
Why?
You
I
wanna
would
get the
also
meat
wear
sweats in a suit. Okay.
no, I just remember I would also wear a safety harness to Texas Roadhouse. But that wasn't by choice. I got told that by a safety harness instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, well, yeah, basically me and the wife got really sick, so we ended up having to sadly cancel D&D last session after canceling it a session before that. Not
And
us,
then
but something.
this next session will be canceled too, because I'll be in Chicago.
But you will be
Well,
here this Saturday.
Yeah.
Plague,
So,
I think your wife was saying something about how we leveled up.
yeah, I think my wife
Because
actually said we leveled up like 3 times.
yeah, because of the cancellation
Yep. Yep.
as a
Oh, she's giving me daggers. I need to stop. She is giving me daggers.
Ghosty, it's okay. It's we're
you're
just
playing D&D this
teasing.
weekend?
I already leveled Tor.
Yeah,
3
my
times.
my campaign.
Oh,
She was like, "Wait, we're playing D&D this weekend." It's been so long. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I have to remember how to play Adamar, who's like this very much like, do you know who my father is? Like ass character. Like
yeah.
he's like an elf wizard. He's 70 years old, so he's very much like a teenager in his elven years.
Mm.
This sassy
like?
man.
But he's like a protege. So like he got kicked out of school, and that's why he's like on this quest now, because now he's like, well shit, I gotta learn magic somehow.
Yeah, I my wife is actually playing a cleric in my campaign, which does not get along with Adamar at all.
Adamar and her character do not get along. They do not like each other.
Nope.
But she's also playing a drow. So it's like
Mm.
Drow, half elf, they don't like
High
each
elf.
other that much.
I'm not some half blood.
Oh, you're a high elf.
Yeah.
Stop smoking the fucking weed then. Jesus Christ.
I'm a tiger.
True. Yeah, GrizzLee, you're playing a Rakshasa,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
cool.
it's definitely an interesting race to play, especially doubling it as a barbarian, because Rakshasa are more intelligence based because they do have some like base spells to them that cast that intelligence, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. And then obviously barbarians are not smart. They swing sword, kill stuff. So
But see, that's what we were saying about you, where you like
Yeah.
to put twists on the barbarian class that make us fully invested in these characters. Well, fully invested isn't the right word. It's true, but it's not what I meant. It's more so it keeps it interesting to where we don't know what to expect. And I like
Right.
that.
or you guys are so just invested in it that I just get made fun of the whole time.
That
There was
wasn't
a lot
me.
of cow jokes. There's a lot of cow.
Yeah,
Walter.
murder cow or and I kind of do this to Dea as like payback, getting mocked for my
I'm
accent.
the one that didn't make fun of you, though.
I know, but the one who did is running the campaign. Can't make fun of her.
Wait, my wife did? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, she did. Yeah, I
a
forgot.
few times. A few times.
I get it. So
Uh,
it's on me. I will I will bear this cross.
No, but like Walter was really cool because he wasn't just a murder cow. Walter ended up having a son by the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
His dad was a
Thrycreen.
was a Thrycreen that found him in a dungeon and like
Yep.
stole him.
So, like father, like son, he ended up stealing a son as well.
I did, yeah, except in a more barbarian manner instead of a rogue, because the rogue Thrycreen was going to be my original character.
Yep, Walter Fitzroy Sr.
Yeah, and then we didn't have a tank, and that is a role I am happy to fill. As in real life, I like to be the big one, or as Plague puts it, I get to be the big one.
He doesn't get. I allow him to be the big one.
Yeah, Plague allows us to do a lot of stuff, but like he was allowing Jesty to not get hit one session.
Yeah.
It's because of Dea that Torv was able to fight off those sea beasts.
Yeah. Torv with the 20 AC at level 4 or level 5 with imposing disadvantage, and you shot at them twice and you were like, I did it.
I helped.
It's because of me we're winning.
No, listen, Torv. I helped you. All right. So we got a main topic tonight. We should probably get to it at some point. We have a D&D race tier list this time. Last episode we did a class tier list. We went over a little bit about each class, what they fulfill, how we feel they are for new players. I brought that up to a couple of people, mainly because of the fact that I have not been able to put that episode out yet. Sorry for those who are waiting. But to the people I brought it up to, GrizzLee being one of them, I think, Jesse, I didn't tell you this. We got everything wrong.
I have comments.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have
Go
comments, but
Go ahead.
is there a way I can see the actual list, because I don't?
Yeah, I think
remember
we
it off the
actually
top of my
posted it
head.
here.
If you look in podcast layout, you just click the link and pull it up.
It's the races here.
Yeah, you want the races one. Are you talking about the
The picture of the ones that we
hang on,
decided.
hang on. I'll just do this. There. Now it's in podcast layout.
I have. So, based off of what Plague was telling me on how you guys ranked some of these, I feel like some should be lower.
Okay.
Specifically, Ranger, because
If you're
why?
gonna talk about if you're gonna talk, what was even his Martin? Is that
Yeah,
Oh my God, Martin.
the silent lizard. No, I was gonna bring up that Plague said there are more role play aspects that you can have with Ranger, but I just don't agree with that. I think you can role play a fighter better because there's so many different types of fighters, and then when it comes to combat, just pick up a bow if you're a fighter.
fair?
It is a fair point.
I don't think it should be on the same tier. Maybe drop it to C, but that's just me. not my list, wasn't on that episode. But that was the one I had the main problem with, mainly because I'm in a third campaign, surprisingly, and that one meets maybe once a month, and I switched my character to a battle master fighter who's like an archery build,
Bird, isn't he?
and
Aarakocra?
yeah, he's a bald eagle named Chet Powers, and I'm just gonna make him the most USA country dude. And
Rah!
after making him, I realized I should have made him an artificer so he could just Tommy guns from the sky, just fucking. But essentially, we have a ranger in that campaign as well, and my character's just better. Like does more damage, and like I'm not trying to knock him for how he plays his character because he plays it very well. Like the role play aspect is very well for how he plays it, but I just think it's more open ended for a fighter.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We were going off the like if you're playing like Beastmaster Ranger or like Swarm Master Ranger,
Mm,
where
okay,
like a person like your wife, I think would love playing a Swarm Master Ranger because it's like, oh, what's your animal companion? Oh, I have 47 rats. Or
bats.
Bats,
bats,
Yeah.
cats,
bees. I think cats are too big a CR. Everything have cats, I
kittens.
Oh, she's allergic to bees, so can't do that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, I have a swarm of pineapples. Oh no.
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen those types of rangers being played. Mainly just the ones who kind of don't do anything and just shoot arrow.
Yeah,
Don't scout, don't
yeah,
do nothing but shoot arrow. So,
yeah.
I feel
The
like
Great
there.
Warden Ranger is pretty cool too.
I feel like there's a bit of controversy on this tier list as well because that exact reason that you brought up, GrizzLee, was my reasoning for having Wizard and Monk so low. So maybe it is just kind of a biased tier list, but it's our tier list. So I
right.
love it. I think it's great.
I haven't seen like a lot of people play monk. I tried playing a monk. There's a lot to it. So if you're kind of like a newer person to D&D, it just seemed like there were way too many facets to playing a monk that I just got confused, and then Chet Powers was born. Uh, so
Good old
I
Chip Powers.
I kind of understand having the monk down there, but I feel like it could be higher if it's played by the right person.
Yeah. I feel like any class can be S tier
Yeah.
if it's played by the right person. Anyway, sorry. We got off track a little bit. We have a new one. I'm going to go ahead and switch us over to the fancy mode.
One more comment, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like how Jesty's preferred classes are the S tier ones.
Yeah, he
That's all-
definitely pulled one
I'm just
over
saying,
on me.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm just saying, Bard, as far as like a roleplay aspect and like a gameplay aspect, Bard is an S.
Yeah.
It just is. And Paladin can do the same thing a Bard can, but more like smacky damage.
Mhm.
It's a smacky bard.
The
Whoa!
only reason
Whoa!
You had the ray of God come down on you.
That was Thor.
Ah, the array of Thor. All right, so we have here every single class or every single race in D&D. Well, how do we want to do this? Do we want to just start from the top again, work our way through?
I think so.
Since there's many more options here, I think we should do like a 10-second decision for each.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit more depending on if we have like actual like history with the race. But I'm going to tell you right now, half of these I actually have not heard of. So
Yeah.
this is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. All right, so Leonin, first one, Leonin, big lion man. What are we feeling? What are we thinking? All right,
Thinking
cool.
yay.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the list so I can look at it.
Oh,
'Cause,
gotcha.
That's where the Ray of God came from.
No worries.
Leonin, I like it. Well, he's pulling that up. I really like it because you're playing a Tabaxi without playing a Tabaxi.
Okay.
You're playing a big old lion man.
As a guy currently playing a big cat, I like it.
Okay.
I haven't really looked into Leonin a lot, but big cat bias.
Big cat bias. Fuck yeah, I like that.
Bias.
I like what Jesse said with the fact that you're playing a better Tabaxi because it's just cat but cooler.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be for one. It's got to be higher than Tabaxi. But yeah, I'm fine with A. I'm fine with A. I like that. Okay, satyr. How do we feel about satyrs?
My only experience with satyrs is not D&D. It is
Narnia.
Narnia and also Percy Jackson.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
I want to put satyrs in B personally.
Okay, give me a reason.
So the reason I don't want to put them higher is I feel like they're kind of shoehorned into that like nature spirit. So you're probably playing a ranger, you're probably playing a druid, maybe a bard, but
I see them mostly as a bard.
I also was seeing them mainly as a bard. Don't know why.
well, I think it's because a lot of the official art has them as like playing instruments and dancing and.
That's probably
Okay.
it.
But I feel like you're really shoehorned into like a nature spirit spot.
Yeah, playing a class that kind of shoehorns you into something is not a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm fine with B, middle ground. You can make it interesting. You can make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, I just want to put out there, I think all races are S tier, and it's very hard to rank them any lower because they're all equal.
I would like to put it out there.
Anyway,
I agree. These races don't actually exist.
right.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking
Where's Chet
through
Powers going?
Yeah.
I'm looking through this list trying to see if it just has like Italian or something like that is real on it. Yeah.
White guy.
These don't exist, so it's fine. Meanwhile,
The half elf picture looks like Mark Zuckerberg. Also,
oh, that's F tier. We got to make an F tier.
but I'm getting ahead of myself. Eric Cochran. maybe an S tier.
Tell me why. Why you feel S?
Personal bias. Chet Powers.
Hey, if you can admit it, you can admit it. I get it.
I want to put Aarakocra in A or B because there's so many different flavors of Aarakocra you can do. Like in Ghosty, which is Plague's wife, in her campaign, there's a Aarakocra that's a macaw.
Oh my God, you're right. There is. That's the captain's first mate, right?
Yep.
Shit.
He's a blue macaw.
He's a blue. God, you have such a good memory for someone so old. Yeah, I kind of walked into that one. Don't know what I was saying.
But then like Chet Powers is bald eagle.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different flavors you can do with it. I really like Aarakocra. I think it's a fun race. Making it be a like a macaw or something for like a pirate crew.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
My wife thrives on making characters. So yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense that she would come up with something as cool as that. I'm fine with A. We'll kind of meet in the middle because you were down to maybe a B, and GrizzLee wanted him S. So wanted them S. So I'll put him in A. All right, the good old Ganassi. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Ganassi just kind of feel underwhelming to me.
So I agree. Here's my thing: the fire ganassi, you have fire hair. You don't emit light.
Wait,
You have
really?
to, nope. You have to create fire to emit light.
Yeah, that sounds D tier to me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm at a C or D with them. They're just humans with a little zhuzh.
Little zhuzh on them. Gotcha.
I'll
But
put-
without the perks of playing a human.
Yep.
All right. Do we agree on D?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fine.
Feral tiefling. Okay, so is regular tiefling on here?
It is.
Okay,
Also,
what's the
black.
difference?
Your list is all messed up, I think.
Oh, it might be. Yeah.
Anyways, I just so feral tiefling and tiefling can go together.
Okay. Oh, I see
Um,
tiefling now. I have a bit of a bias. I don't want to ever play as a tiefling because they're the most popular race. However, they are the most popular race for a reason. I think tieflings have to go A or S.
Ooh, you're going S. Look, my main race I play in D&D is tiefling, and I'm going B.
B.
Really.
So here's the thing: there's a lot of bad tieflings out there. Like, there's a lot of the I sit in the corner brooding because, and that's like their character.
from the Bible.
I'm putting feral tiefling and tiefling in B tier. They attract a certain kind of role play that I'm just
Ah,
not
the
interested in
sex
having at
play.
the table.
I'm not wrong.
It's just I'm just not interested in having it at the table. You know.
I get it. I get it.
I'm playing a very opposite of what I would say the average tiefling is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Torv's like a very happy. He's very like haha outgoing. You know.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 did a lot for tieflings because they made them so varied.
Yeah.
GrizzLee, any
Well,
input?
honestly, I haven't played a tiefling. I've only seen Jesse play him, so coming from the tiefling expert, I'm willing to trust his rank.
The tiefling expert. You know, I can't argue with that. I will agree with B. I'll put them high B though.
Sure.
I'll put tiefling above feral tiefling just because more people play regular tiefling.
Now we're coming into some races that GrizzLee has played or is currently playing.
Oh, for some reason
Oh,
mine's all
yeah.
messed up. But ASMR then, right?
Goliath?
Goliath was next?
Yeah.
Okay. Goliath.
GrizzLee, where are you putting it?
See, I didn't play Goliath that long because
Yeah.
I joined halfway through your guys' campaign, which actually was my first. Had a Goliath
Yep.
named Chad. He was a fighter, I believe. I didn't even choose the the class.
Yeah, when I made GrizzLee's character, it was more so like he was like, I'll give it a shot. He wasn't really sure. So we made Chad the Goliath fighter.
Good
got
entry.
some real broy names for my characters.
Yeah.
Does the Goliath have the chance lance? Because if that's the case, then S. But since I didn't really explore like
Being a Goliath.
being Goliath, I honestly I can't give like that solid of a ranking just because I don't have that much experience.
Sure.
Just kind of based off of other stuff I play though, I probably put it like a high C or something.
Oh, I love high
That's
C.
that's
Yeah,
that's
that.
where I was with it too, because you're kind of just like big human.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the extra counting as one size bigger for pulling and lifting things is cool, but kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fruit punch flavor is my favorite. Yeah, I'm fine with that. High C. I
I
actually
was
don't really have any input on Goliath. I genuinely forgot Goliath was a race.
I was trying to work in a high C joke the whole time.
And Plague's just like, here's like 7 of them. Like you're like, oh, I'll say this, and Plague's like, guess what?
Yeah.
Ooh, side tangent. I just came up with it on the spot. High C or Sunny D?
High C.
Sunny D.
Ooh. So, my thought is if it's a flavored Sunny D, I'm going to pick Sunny D. But every flavor of High C is good.
Hmm.
I don't like original Sunny D. I like all of their
Bro,
flavors more.
you're gonna pick a flavored Sunny D over Flash and Fruit Punch
Oh, the fruit punch is so fucking good.
over Orange Lava Burst,
Oh, I'm a
bro.
slut for some lava burst. Fuck, man.
You know what? Changed my mind. High C. I'm back in.
You know what? I'm back in. He's a slut for it. I'm in.
You know what?
I was looking on the tier list for High C. God damn, it's been
Goliath.
a week.
My
That's
favorite D&D race. High C.
All right.
I want to play a juice box.
Up next we have ASMR. Now, GrizzLee, you actually have so,
Hey,
A. Okay.
hey.
He
I,
likes the ASMR.
I love playing it. It's a real fun race. You're resistant to necrotic and radiant damage.
That's really
You,
good.
depending on the like sub race you choose, you can like the reason I chose it because I chose what is it? It's like radial consumption, I think is one of the abilities I get. So then it kind of goes with like channeling the power of Thor or like of your god, and then you just have this radial light pouring out of you, and it's just really cool, like for the theater of the mind to really envision that,
Oh, I like that
and
phrase. Theater of the mind. I like that.
or like our other buddy, he's also playing ASMR, and he's a rogue, and he chose the one where when he uses his radial consumption or whatever it's called, he's shrouded in darkness, and these dark angel like wings protrude from his back, and it just, yeah, it gives off a really cool visual.
I'm not
um
gonna lie. You sold me on it. I'm fine with having it A.
yeah, that's another thing like I get with mine. They're flightless, like angelic like wings that protrude from your back, and whether it's darkness or radiant light, it like for me, it essentially radiant light shoots out of my eyes and mouth, and then
You just vomit that
yeah,
light ray at them.
yeah, and then it's just the wings, and I think, yeah, again, it's a really cool visual. I will push for them to be a. I would
Gotcha.
go S, but I'm sure there are better races out there. I just think this one pairs really well with the cleric that I'm playing.
For sure. Bugbear.
Bugbear.
I want to
Bugbears
put
are
an
cool.
S. I want to put an S so bad. Only because if you're not familiar with the Legends of Advantris, there's a bugbear in that campaign, and his name is Torbeck.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Torbeck.
Bugbear's really cool. It's a really interesting race. Like it's so gross in the coolest way.
Mm-hmm.
It's Big Goblin. That's
Yeah.
um I feel like I can't put it higher than B for the same reason that I put Satyr in B, because I feel like Bugbear lends itself to, you're not playing a Bugbear Wizard. You're just not.
Right.
You're probably playing a Bugbear Fighter, a Bugbear Barbarian.
Bugbarian, if you will.
That's
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's really the only two classes I ever see a Bugbear as. Maybe a Druid.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Maybe a sorcerer.
You said B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, B for bugbear.
B bugbear. Fearbolg. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Fearbolgs are kind of. I think so. They fall into the same trap as Satyr and Bugbear, where you're gonna be, more in tune with nature. You're the big, gentle giant, but it's not as interesting as a Satyr or a Bugbear. So I think they gotta go lower.
I was right there with you. I'm thinking I'm not going as low as you want to go.
I was gonna say C.
Oh, yeah, right. The same time.
I don't disagree with that. The only Fearbog that I've seen, I guess, is what is it? Tales
Mud.
from the Stinky Dragon. Yeah, Mud. And he's a druid, so
Yeah.
that kind of feeds into the whole one with nature and all that, and yeah, it kind of gets shoehorned into that role.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with C.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we have our first S. I think
What's
Goblin
that?
is S tier. I think there's so much you can do with a Goblin, and no matter how you play whatever you pick, it's always going to be more interesting than if you picked like a human or a dwarf or a gnome.
Okay. But I'm not seeing S.
You don't see S.
So I didn't have the
No.
fortune to play with your wife's goblin Tack.
Oh, she does play a good Goblin.
And I feel like that's where some of your S comes from.
Fair. I might be biased because I love my wife. But are you going to doubt me for that?
Oh, I like Goblin a lot. I like the class. Or I like the race a lot. I just.
All right, what are you thinking?
I don't have a lot of experience with Goblin, other than farming them at level 1.
I'm just level 1 Goblin.
If you want to be a group of silly dudes, you go Goblin every time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking A.
A?
I can't. I don't want to give it S.
Okay. As long as if it's A or higher, I'm fine with. What about Hobgoblin? Is
Hobgoblin,
S.
however, can go S.
Okay, why?
Because GrizzLee made a good point with goblins. If you're playing goblins, you're just being silly guys. You're just being a bunch of little fellas.
Mm-hmm.
But Hobgoblin?
But a hobgoblin is like the same aspects of a goblin, but a little more respectable.
A little more
Is it
put
the-
together.
Is it the height thing?
That probably helps. But you also have a higher intelligence as a hobgoblin.
Mm.
Why do they have a dumber name? Genuine
Yeah.
question. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to be dumb.
Good question. I honestly couldn't tell you.
I've never played with a Hobgoblin. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a Hobgoblin in any of our campaigns.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an opinion. I'm fine with it. So I'll agree with you. But yeah, no. There's our first S, boys. We got good old Hobgoblin.
Next campaign, raw hobgoblins.
All hobgoblins.
Hobgoblin my nuts. Anyways, Dragonborn.
How do I leave this? I'm done here.
I also want to put Dragonborn in S.
That I can agree with because Dragonborn
Yeah.
gets a lot.
I wish their fire attack scaled with them level wise. It's really good at level 1.
Really good
Something
level.
about dragons and scales. I can't piece it together right now.
Oh, nice. Nice. Ah, that brings me back to one of our first moments. The freaking Imagine Dragons.
But...
Yeah, Dragonborn's cool. You can do any color of dragon that exists.
Yep.
You get their corresponding breath weapon. They're just cool. The
You get
demon
really
stack.
cool spells depending on what type of dragon you pick. Yeah, I agree. I think this one is kind of a no-brainer. In fact, I'm going to put it above Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have
Kenku.
the Kenku.
Before it got changed, I would put it in A. However, post change, I think I'm a C.
So what do they change?
So Kenku used to be they could only say things that they have heard.
Yeah.
Oh. And you think that's more interesting than just being small Aarakocra?
Infinitely more interesting than just being small Aarakocra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small Aarakocra that can't fly.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I get it.
They're just a mockingbird.
I'm going C.
I will fight anyone on this. I think Kobold's S.
I'm putting Kobold A. I'm putting it in the same spot goblins are.
No. Okay.
Silly little guys.
They are better than goblins.
Silly little guys.
Objectively better than goblins.
Look, I said this to someone who played a Kobold in a campaign. He was just a silly little guy.
Mm.
Their main thing used to be called Snivel and Beg. Where you begged the bad guys not to kill you, and your
sometimes it
allies gain
worked.
advantage on their next attack.
Yeah.
I'll move it. I'll move it there, but I'm not happy about it. I'm putting them
Little
above
guys.
Goblin. All right, Lizard Folk, the medium ground between Dragonborn, Kobold, or Lizard Folk and Kobold.
I'm going. GrizzLee, where do you think they should go?
Well, based on our previous
Last
experience
Lizard
with lizard folk, D, F,
I want to put them. I want to put them in C.
a low C.
Low
If
C.
your DM gives you the options, you can do a lot of cool stuff with lizard folk, just like the Aarakocra, where you can be like, "Oh, I'm a lizard folk, but I look like a crocodile," or "I'm a lizard folk, but I look more like a iguana," or there's a lot of cool things you can do with lizard folk, but if you're like truly role playing a lizard folk, how they're written, they're very literal and they're just
Just eh. So where's
Martin
the?
was just a lizard. That's it. He didn't specify.
licked his eye. Just
Oh, fair. Whereas the Kobolds are silly and the Dragonborn are probably the best race.
I would
They
argue
have no
they're
redeeming qualities.
like their race ability is kind of cool where you can make stuff. You get a jaw attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
There's just nothing that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play a lizard folk instead of a kobold or a dragonborn.
Fair enough. I'm fine with that. Up
Yeah.
next, we got good old Orc.
Yeah, and we'll include the orc, orc, half orc, orc of Xandria, orc of Eberron, because they're all
Yeah, we can do that. Where's the other Orc? Orc of Eberron. There it is. Okay. Where do we feel the Orc family belongs? I don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm going B, because it falls into the same trap as those other races, as
Yeah.
Satyr and Bugbear, where you're maybe playing a orc druid, maybe an orc sorcerer, but
You know,
I-
while we're here, I'm thinking of also just moving to Baxi there as well, because they're just less cool Leonin.
Yep.
with that.
Look at that
Um,
big chunk done there.
Triton and Simic hybrid are kind of the same thing.
Simic hybrid. There it is. So water people.
Yeah.
Water people are cool.
Yeah, they're all right. It's just
What are we
the
feeling?
issue is they're just so the Triton and the Simic hybrid, they're just wet people.
People but wet. Sounds
That's
like a
it.
good time. I'm thinking A.
I'm thinking D.
D for Triton and wet people. Yeah, well, because the Ganassi are just people with flavor.
And the Triton are just wet people.
They're just wet people with flavor.
Nope, just wet people.
Yuan T.
So these also have like a little bit of the like you're probably playing a rogue, a sorcerer, a warlock. You're playing the evil classes, right? However, I think there's a lot of room for Yanti roleplay wise to be like good.
Okay.
From I don't think they're quite A, but I think they're a high B.
High B above Tiefling.
I would say above Satyr even.
Above Satyr. Okay. Yeah, no, I have no issues with I think Yuan T are actually interesting.
Yeah, they're really cool. And there's a bunch of different kinds of Yanti you can play. I think that matters for what
Keeping it
classes
fresh.
you play. Tortle.
Good old Tortle. Listen, Tortles are they're definitely Tortle. Like there's not much to say. You're
love
playing
the
a
Tortle.
tank.
I love the Tortle. They're C.
Yeah, I was gonna also say C.
I don't have any issues with that.
In GrizzLee's first campaign, I switched off of a Tortle because he came in as a fighter, so he didn't really have any range damage. But I was playing a Tortle Barbarian. He was like an alligator. He looked like an alligator snapping turtle.
Nice.
And he talked to the third person like this, and he was just, really fun character. He ended up actually being the guild master of the campaign I ran with GrizzLee and Plague.
Oh yeah.
Super cool
Carnorack
character.
is that.
Yep.
Just Carnorack though. Tortle in general. Not S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with C. I think
Changeling.
Changeling should be S for the sole fact that the Changeling can be anything.
I want to agree with you, but
It depends on the player.
Changeling to me falls under the same grouping as Tieflings,
Really?
where the people you have two schools of people playing to me. People that are like, oh yeah, I'm just playing a Changeling, I'm trying to get information from people, blah 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 blah. Or you have, excuse me, fellas. Or you have, oh, I'm so edgy and
Yeah. I think I might fight you on this, and I think we'll meet in the middle. I'm fine with low A. I just think they're in the right hands. A Changeling can be the most interesting character.
Well, and that I don't disagree with, Plague. It's Well, I'm fine with A.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Dwarf. How are we feeling about the small?
Love
Team.
Dwarf.
Love dwarf. Think about dwarf.
I played a dwarf very briefly,
You did play a dwarf very briefly.
and I had a lot of fun. Mainly for the Scottish accent, but the dwarf gave me the power to
Yeah.
to do the accent. Uh, no, I liked it.
My issue with dwarf is I feel like dwarf is the same reasoning as Goliath, where it's
Yeah.
just like human plus a little bit.
Well, human minus.
Human.
Fucking hell. Just for that, yeah. I'm fine. I agree.
I think Plague's gonna disagree with my next opinion here.
Oh,
So
Is
go
this
ahead, Plague.
based off of Dea?
It is not based off of Dea. I will give you that information.
Okay. I think Kalisher are really interesting. I think for human with flavor, they at least have a decent backstory, and they have a cool backstory where they can be, connected to the dream realm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what are you
Where you put
feeling?
'em?
Where would I
Well,
put them?
Yeah.
I was gonna put them top of B.
Mm. For your explanation, I was gonna give them top of C
Mm.
because
another high C.
high C because they're just human plus.
How refreshing.
Out of the human pluses, I will say that they're the best human plus, in my opinion.
Based off of like the abilities that you've used in our campaign, I do like them. I don't have a lot of experience in D&D in general,
Mm-hmm.
or
We're getting you there.
yeah, but yeah, I like how you're playing it, and I think I'm cool with a high C just based off of how you play it and the abilities that you've showcased.
Yeah, the mind meld is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm fine with that. We'll probably speed run the rest of these because I'm not really seeing anything super interesting here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Believable. The
Uh,
Minotaur's in there.
Yeah, I'm seeing one in particular that
you know
No, we can speed run these. Shifter's nest here for me.
why? Because it's just changeling with less steps.
It's just so changeling is people. Shifter is an animal. It's werewolf.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
I
fine
didn't
with
know
that.
that.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Cool.
Warforged. We actually currently play with a Warforged.
Is he a Warforged? Is he a reborn?
He is a Warforged.
He's Warforged. That's what he looks like?
That's what
not
he actually
like.
looks like.
That's not what he looks like.
Nah, it definitely looks like that. And he's a robot.
And
I'm going A.
A for Warforged. I can agree with that. I think Warforged, that's a hard fucking word, are of any of the people, they're probably no. I said that for Kalisher. I can't say that again. They've got a really cool idea to them. So yeah, I'm fine with A.
Gith. Where do you want to put?
Don't put Gith low. Gith get a lot of shit. I think Giths are really cool.
You know what? I'll give you. I'm thinking Gith or a B.
I was gonna say B. GrizzLee.
For my very small sample size of Gith being Lae'zel that I am not a big fan of, I would go D, but that's just me.
Don't forget about Cranston.
There was also Cranston.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
F.
yeah, F.
Cranston's great.
Cranston's something. I don't know if great is the word I would use. Cranston was definitely a silly old man.
He was a silly old man. He definitely. You know what? I think we'll meet in the middle and go C.
But Cranston wasn't a silly old man because he was Gith. It's because he was being played by a silly old man.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into this podcast. This oh fucking hell! I'll meet you in the middle and go C.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Centaur, I think I'm also putting C.
Yeah, they're not that interesting to me.
They
I'm
can
fine with
ride a
C.
horse.
What if
Hmm?
they were to wear pants? How would they wear pants?
Per the rules of D&D, they can ride a horse.
So that should put him B. That's super cool.
Let's
Wait,
not
ride a
brag.
horse how?
Save a horse,
Ride a
cowboy.
horse.
ride a centaur, I guess.
I guess.
Loxodon, I'm going B.
Elephant
for the
people are
same-
cool.
For the same reason of satyr, orc, bugbear, you're probably shoehorned into like a cleric, a paladin. You know, a very like wise character.
Okay.
You're probably not playing a Loxodon rogue.
Although I'm sure gonna give it a try our next our next campaign.
All right.
Uh,
GrizzLee, take it
Minotaur.
from here.
Minotaur, it depends on the group you're with. It's definitely B most cases if they're gonna call you a murder cow. D. It's a cool concept, but like other than like Goring Rush, you don't really get that many like advantages with it. Besides, you always know which way's north,
You
which
do always know which way
That's
north.
true.
which is really convenient and by convenient I mean silly, to just randomly interrupt the DM to be like, which way are we going? North? I knew it.
I knew it.
And that's it. That was the only the only time I used that.
What more do you
So-
need though?
Yeah, for comedic effect, I'd put Minotaur higher, but I think I'd be cool with like a lower B, just because, yeah, the benefits to it aren't really too high,
Okay.
but yeah, that's where I put Minotaur in my personal experience.
Gotcha.
No, that makes a lot of
Um,
sense.
A speed run some of these because I know you guys probably aren't familiar with some of these.
I was gonna ask you, what the fuck's a Vidalkin?
A Vidalkin is also just a wet person.
Oh well, we hate
Nice.
wet people around here, so D.
Yeah.
Fuck them wetties.
Well,
Elf. Ugh.
I didn't like that.
Edit that out
Got it.
because that's real close to a racial slur.
ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't like wet people. Okay. I said that to
Quit
try.
saying that.
I said that to try to give us a segue back in. I don't have a segue back in. Someone else say something and I'll edit that part.
Elf. I like the elf, but I gotta put it in C because it's just human. Plus, same with half elf. They're both
Yep.
going C for me.
Yeah.
I
You
can
get
agree with
access
that.
to you get access to like elven accuracy and moon blades and stuff, but a Verdan is also going C for me because it's just the good version of a goblin.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of
it.
these I don't know anything about, so
I don't
yeah.
even know what book the Verdan came out in.
Well, I'm proud of them for coming out.
Me too. We accept them.
We accept that. Wait,
All right.
is the Locatar the fucking catfish people, right?
The Lokatha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an A. Oh man.
If you can do a Cajun accent, it's an A. If you can't, it's probably a B.
I'm fine with putting a B. I think that is such a random, cool animal to have as a playable character.
Plague kind of starts off in a slight Cajun accent when he's trying to get to his southern for Dea.
Yeah, he has to work his way into it.
Like he starts at a foghorn leghorn and then works his way.
It's true. I have to go through the levels.
True.
All right, Grung.
Grung, I'm also putting B.
GrizzLee.
You're
I can agree with that. I mean, I was going to play one, and our our campaign that you're running, Plague, but I ended up switching off of it. But I was definitely heavily interested, and I'll play one eventually.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, the perks are not that high, but I do think it's very funny that they just don't know common.
Yeah.
Like, unless you pick a class that can learn common, you just walk around clueless.
I do
And
like that. I think that's
I
really
played
funny.
I played in a campaign once where all of us were grung, but none of us took common.
perfect.
So like we kind of like snuck onto the ship in this barrel, and they knocked over the barrel, and there's these grung just blah, 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 blah. Just 4 grung just flop out, and they're just blah, 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 blah.
You know, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm assuming you're probably gonna give the same rating for Dampier as you are like the Changeling and stuff like that. I'm fine with that. I think Dampier can be really cool. I just hope people stop making them edgy.
Putting it C
Why?
because it's just the name's not even creative. It's damn near a vampire. That's the name.
He's got a point.
He's got a point, but vampires are so cool. Listen, if you put werewolves at S, you have to put vampires at S.
Nope. Werewolves infinitely cooler than vampires.
Okay, Team Jacob, whatever. I think Dampier's cool. Hexblood. What's a Hexblood?
I'll put a B.
B?
Hexblood is a half. Yeah, Hexblood is I believe half tiefling, half human. So it can go tieflings and B.
Cool. Fair enough.
Or it's like a demon, half human. B.
Half B, half B.
Reborn. I don't believe you get that many benefits. Put them C because I believe they're just human plus.
Gnome and halfling and human can all probably go similar.
I'm actually putting human B.
Human
halfling-
beats.
Human beats, but I'm putting gnome and halflings in C.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm actually gonna put halflings in B.
Halfling's also in B. Halfling
Because-
luck.
Halfling luck. That's the only reason they get bumped to B for me.
Yep.
Your thoughts, GrizzLee?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I tuned that out because I just got the most devastating fucking news. The Chargers traded Keenan Allen to the Bears.
Remember earlier when GrizzLee said the Chargers run his life?
Yeah, it really does. He's been my favorite player. He's been on the Chargers for
Gotta be a Bears fan now.
12 never. For 12 years, I think. So kind of after the LT era, it was all Keenan Allen, and now I just
Damn.
I'm actually upset about this. I'm actually so mad. But
Funny little bunny people.
So I feel really bad that we are kind of speedrunning through the second half of this list, but just for a bit of context, and it doesn't give us an excuse, but just for a bit of context, me and GrizzLee are still getting used to our new jobs, and both of us are working like 13-hour days. And this is Betty Bite time, sleepy eepy time.
mm-hmm.
So we got 2 left, and we're probably going to call it there. We might revisit this at some point, or maybe defend us or defend our decisions in a future episode when you guys let us know how wrong we are. But yeah, no, we'll finish up these last 2. The rabbit people, you're probably just playing them to fuck.
I'm putting them both C. I'm putting both last 2 C.
Last 2 C.
I love my fairy bard Tinbits.
Ah, I forgot about Timbits.
But fairies are just again, it's all human plus.
Yeah.
Heron I feel like you're just not You're playing them to not play a Tabaxi.
The one thing I will say about Final Fantasy XIV, the hit MMORPG with the free expansion up to Heavensward, is the fact that they got rabbit people right.
Is this an ad? Did we just go to
Want
an
to break from
ad?
the ads?
That's a perfect seg. Listen, Final Fantasy XIV. Listen, Squeenix. If you ever do sponsor us, I'm your best segue guy. I will talk about Final Fantasy XIV, despite the fact that I cannot stand it. Unless if we get sponsored, then I love Final Fantasy XIV. Great game. You
But,
guys should download it.
But that's the tier list. That's what we've done this week.
So what
That's-
we found out is that humans suck. Spicy humans suck. Specifically, water humans are the worst. And you're much better off playing some form of animal creature.
Yeah.
I think that's a clean takeaway.
I play a human every single day in my life. All right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to play just a different version of that.
Listen, I'm playing a human every day of my life, and I'm still fucking it up. So, I'd like to go into a little bit of fantasy. No, I think this is a pretty good tier list. I think it's a good ranking. Just to be clear here, these are opinions. This is based off of how cool we think the race is and how well it would fit into a roleplay setting. Some are way better than others. And just because we put Ganassi, Triton, Simic Hybrid, and Vidalcan in D tier does not mean that if you play one, it'll be bad. It's just opinions. People have them. But yeah, no, that'll be it for this episode. Where can the guys find you? We'll start with GrizzLee this time. GrizzLee, do you post on social media at all? Do you stream? Do you do?
I don't post anywhere. I am virtually invisible online. My ex was a Chargers fan account essentially, but I think that's about to change.
Yep.
To a Bears fan account.
No, I think I'm going to pivot to the Falcons. They're a disappointing franchise still, so I won't be changing too much, but they've made a lot of good moves.
Okay.
At least this offseason. But no, I'm not. I don't post too much on social media.
That's fine. That is completely fine. I will say, I do have plans for in the future. We've kind of talked about this, but this was like 7 months ago. Getting GrizzLee on some of my streams, having him check out some stuff here and there that he's not familiar with, and seeing how an outsider, because he is a very good insight as an outsider, because he comes with an open mind and he will not sugarcoat things. So like I kind of want to sit him down and have him like rank League of Legends champions, this, that, and the other. So you'll probably see him on my stream at some point. And then obviously here. GrizzLee,
Cool with that.
I can't wait to have you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesty, where can we find you?
I'm still the same as I was. I'm not posting. I'm not streaming yet again. Started editing my own YouTube videos and then decided I hated doing it, so that stalled out.
Oh no.
I'm hoping to get back into streaming once Adepticon's done.
Okay.
You can find me at twitch.tv/JustyFish.
I'm going to hold you to that. I want to at least see one stream.
Fair enough.
And then you guys already know. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, X, your mom's house, Big Papa Plague. You can find me all over the place. I do a little bit everywhere, but not enough to ever accomplish anything. Let's
No,
go.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, no, this has been podcast episode 6, Sleepy Edition. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and thanks for watching. If you hit like. If you want to subscribe, please do. It benefits us greatly. We're still new at this, so any little bit of help helps. And yeah, stay hydrated. See you guys later.